U7 Buy provides the most convenient, fastest, and safest way to upgrade your team with numerous positive reviews and verified by top creators from different countries with 24/7 online customer support. Now you can enjoy an extra free coins for every order. Don't miss the opportunity for up to 4 million free coins. Use my code Inception for another 8% off. All right, guys, so we have 2 evolutions that we can talk about. So we'll do like 2 separate videos for the most part. See what the vibes are for them. So the first one that's trending the most right now is the built different one. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see what the vibes are on that one. So I'm guessing it's just like a bunch of passing stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look. So you get deep line playmaker, incisive pass, intercept. Ooh, intercept. Okay. Incisive, intercept, and a pinged pass. The season, CDM, deep line playmaker, holding ++, and you get holding ++ too. Yeah, this is a good evolution. You have to pay for it, obviously, but pretty good stuff. Let's see what this De Jong card looks like. So this is, see, the thing about these cards, right, is that it just, like, the card looks fantastic. You get really good upgrades, but then it just kind of feels wasteful for some of the stuff that you end up giving him. Some people are not going to care, though, to be honest, because the stuff that he already does currently have with an upgrade, it kind of makes him good anyways, you know what I'm saying? So with a card like this, I mean, yeah, he looks really good. You know, shadow chemistry style, doesn't have anticipate. Is it going to matter that much? Probably not. I mean, you could probably give him it, but I wouldn't give him over the whole at SBC, no chance. But he looks very solid, right? If you give him a shadow, you get improved defensive stats, really good pace. Shooting is in a good area. So let's say you were to use him as like an actual box-to-box player. You can score with him, right? His passing is perfect with passing playstyles, which is pretty crazy, to be honest, especially with that pinged pass. That pinged pass alone is going to be a really big thing for people to work with. So honestly, like, just the stat improvements and then the pinged pass, which is like the most meta passing playstyle, that alone will make people do this card, right? Obviously, this card's probably going to be... He's extinct. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, because passing playstyles, dude, and passing stats is like a really, really huge part of the game. Massive. I'm telling you, it's like... It's crazy how massive it is. So yeah, no, De Jong definitely looks really, really good for sure. Vieira, is this... So he has intercept already, so it's incisive and pinged you're giving. Yes. Yes. Also another nice choice, to be honest. Sure, the agility and balance, like, for some people, it might not be what you want to work with, but like, if we're talking about pure defensive quality, you're not changing the things that are important on the card, right? So obviously with a controlled lengthy on him, increasing the pace of the card with 99 acceleration, 98 for sprint speed on a controlled lengthy with very good defensive stats is fantastic, with really good pace stats as well. He's got the intercept, incisive pass, pinged pass, but he still has anticipate as well as a bruiser, a slide tackle. So yeah, I mean, if you're still looking for a more defense-minded midfielder, like say you're playing like 2 CDMs and you need him to be the guy next to Ruud Gullit, like that would still be a really good combination for sure. Sorry, continuing on. Oh, this is the SBC Gabby. I mean, he looks kind of crazy. I'm not gonna say kinda, he just looks crazy. This is a really nice card. Wow. So if you held on to this SBC for this entire time period, you get a 4-star, 5-star player who has 3 of one of the most like relevant playstyles in the game. Interesting. His dribbling is 99 on this card, but like, it's one of those 99s, you know what I'm saying? But it's still good. Like, as a midfielder, that's still amazing. So this is a fantastic card. And what's crazy about this is that you could give him a hunter because his base card stats for defense is already in a very, very high area. Yeah, center mid, CDM, center mid, holding ++, CDM. Center mid box to box. I mean, yeah, if I were to use him as a holding, it would still be pretty cool. That's a nice card. Very nice upgrade on him for sure. Rodri from what? Bruiser, Intercept, and Paint Pass. With Anticipate? Oh, wow. Yeah, I would consider this another good evolution. Only thing is the dribbling. I think the Team of the Year card has like significantly better dribbling. Let me see here. So Rodri, Team of the Year. Yeah, 85. That's the only like downfall, right? So it's like, sure, you could do that, but it's not like Patrick Vieira. Like Patrick Vieira's card, like dribbling like this as a more defensive player, like you can work with this a little bit more. You know what I mean? The Rodri one, I would say it's a little bit more debatable in the dribbling department. He does have a press proven that could compensate for it, since these are so high. It could compensate for like agility and balance being like low on the card. But yeah, moving on. Let's see what else we got here. So we have... Is this from the Showdown card? I mean, it'd be weird to do anything with this card yet, since it's supposed to get an upgrade. I don't know if I'd really look into this card as... I mean, honestly... You know, he could potentially be like a cheap beast, because they do that thing where it's like, hey, you could play him as a CDM or center mid now, so it's not like a horrible choice. Yeah, imagine like me reviewing these cards and then they have like evolutions on top of them, right? But I mean, pace is in a good area. You got good defense, good physical, shooting is there, and then you have like the deep lying playmaker with a bunch of very good play styles as well. So can't really go wrong with that. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I never actually know exactly how those upgrades work. It's been years and I don't know, because he hasn't played yet. So I'm pretty sure it's Man City versus Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. So it's like, if you do this, does that get upgraded? You guys probably know more than me with that. But yeah. Let me see the Scholes card. Oh yeah, you definitely make him more meta for sure. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Lacks Anticipate. Anticipate would be needed for sure, 100%. But this is way more usable now, 100%. Oh yeah. Shadow Chemistry style, good defense, good pace. You could technically use them on a Hunter, to be honest. And in technicality, you can use them as a cam too. But if you use them as a cam, you would have to give them an engine, and then that would be completely down to personal preference of a person. Meta-wise, it wouldn't make any sense though. But Shadow Chemistry style for the pace and defense boost would be pretty good with the intercept. Then he has incisive ping, so he'd be the passing type in that sort of area. But he still has the intercept plus, regardless of not having the anticipate, because intercept plus gotta block out that cutback meta, man. It's pretty crazy. Bruno Fernandes, let's see. So he gets Bruno Fernandes. He gets tiki taka, pings, pass, and long ball. Yeah, I mean, this card, it's nice for sure, but the way that he's formatted, he has no defensive stuff, so you'd have to provide that to him. The only problem with that card, right? Doesn't make too much sense in that sort of situation. Let's see here. I'll see if I see ones that kind of like pop up a little bit here. So like Scholes, obviously, Wharton, that's from the SBC as well. Anticipate incisive pings pass being added for a player that has intercept and the anticipate in the midfield position. Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty good. Yeah, Shadow Chemistry style, if you're a Crystal Palace fan, like it's a good pace boost, it's a good defending boost, and he's really well-rounded. Good play styles as well for 83k, and then plus the evolution. Can't really go wrong with that too much. Gross, or Grob, I don't know how to say his name, but he has intercept, pings pass, and then you add the incisive pass on him, obviously with the stat difference as well. Now, it depends on whether or not you build a team around a guy like this. This is where I feel like it might be a little bit more wasteful, but I mean, at the same time, it's the same thing as like a De Jong, right? Like De Jong, you're mainly getting the base card stats, and then you're also getting the you're also getting like, well, this card will have a block and then a pinged pass plus, right? And then Shadow Chemistry style, good pace, good defense, right? But with these cards here, I've seen a few people actually unlock this card, because I think the important thing is if you can somehow provide him with an anticipate at the very least, right? But I think he's also formatted for a lengthy, am I wrong? Oh, he's not. Okay. I've used this card in a game, and honestly, I guess because like the pace is like really high, it's not too bad. I guess with the Bruiser 2 helps out a little bit. Not like super meta in that area. It's not like a Hullet by any means, but you know. Bellingham here, so he gets pinged, relentless, and then intercepts added to the card. Shadow chemistry style. I don't know if I'd go down that route, to be honest. Locatelli could be pretty cool. Let me see Locatelli's card. Yeah, more defense-minded player. Not bad. Not bad. Good pace with the lengthy. Good defense. Physicals in a good area. Good play styles. He has a bunch of them, too. Bunch of passing ones. And relentless, honestly, in the midfield is pretty cool. With anticipate, long ball, and then he still has the intercept. But he gets, like, he has a bruiser. He has a block, a jockey. Not really bad there, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, not too bad. I don't mind that either, to be honest, with those stat improvements. Especially if you're going for like a Serie A type of team, right? Different variations of De Jong. This one would get the bruiser, pinged, and slide tackle. Probably not going to be as interesting for people, for sure, but, you know. Fabian Ruiz. Not Fabian Ruiz. Let's see what this card looks like. Yeah, so it's a lengthy player, which is cool, but you would be working with lower agility and balance, which some people might not actually want to work with. Let's see, built different. Rodri, Bellingham. See the Xavi card. Yeah, he has a lot of likes, but he has like no defensive stuff. Like if you're using a card like this, maybe if you use them in like a 3 midfield setup, then it's okay. But 2 midfield setup, no intercept, no anticipate. I don't know. Xavi was one of those cards that like pro players actually liked a lot because they utilize his passing play styles all the time. Like that's literally the main reason to use him. But yeah, no defensive stuff would be a little bit cooked. I think if you're playing like 4-5-1 or something, then maybe. But 2 midfield setup, I would be a little bit more hesitant to do something like that, in my opinion. Gavi with the pings. This is a different card. Tiki Taka anticipates and then pinged pass with an intercept. Yeah, it's not bad either, to be honest. Not bad either. Very similar to the SBC card in the sense of you giving him probably... You know what's really funny is that in technicality, you can give him a hawk if you really wanted to. But not with that pace. That pace is way too low. Probably like a hunter. Honestly, some people might even give him an engine and just work with that dribbling as it is. But I think giving him a really big pace boost would be very important for his card for sure. Sawa's card. Yeah, with the intention of using her as a cam, sure. But like you would have to give her an engine. Like center mid... Again, it's very similar situation to the Xavi card, right? Where if you're the type of person that is okay to not have like anticipate an intercept in the midfield, but you just want to have a player that can pass the ball really well, which to be fair, there's a lot of people that actually do like to have players like that the most, then yeah, you can kind of go down this route if you really wanted to. Guti from the SBC that got the upgrade, intercept. So press proven, incisive, press proven, and then a pinged pass. With the intercept on a shadow with the boost. Yeah, not bad. Not bad for this one. And then you would just add an anticipate to him. Not horrible. Good rolls too, right? Like he has holding ++, deep lying playmaker ++. He has shadow striker, but obviously with dribbling stats like that, no chance. In technicality, you can give him an engine and use him in that way. I'm not saying that you can't, but I don't think a lot of people would actually kind of like go down that route, to be honest with you. Allister from what? From the grassroots. So incisive, pinged, intercept with an anticipate, and then on a shadow. Yeah, well formatted, but I don't think the team of the season card is that expensive. Because his stuff is pretty good. He just doesn't have intercept, right? So that'd be like the main thing that you're getting from the 2 differences on the card. Oh, look who gets an evolution, huh? Lol. Let me see this Havertz card. Let me see what that overpriced SBC, like almost everything else in this game got. Let's see. Block, incisive, and pinged pass. I mean, it's a pretty big stat improvement. Is he, yeah, I figured. Honestly, just because of like trying out the SBC during that time period, I'd be more interested in trying him out as a left back if he was good on an anchor. Didn't we have a year where he was actually like pretty solid as a left back? I forget which one that was. Let's see here. What else we got? Dream Crusher built different. All right, let's see what else we have here, because Dream Crusher will be like a separate video. I want to see what the vibes are for that. Oh, a Declan Rice. Honestly, I could still see this card being pretty solid in the CDM position. This card exists, and I have no idea what he's like, but he has a playstyle plus intercept, and honestly, like, I'd go for that for the midfield and defense any day of the week, man. I think every single player needs it. No BS. It's insane when you don't have that playstyle, like what a difference it actually makes. That's for Declan Rice. Let's see what else we got here. Built differently. Sawa, Lewis, McAllister, Locatelli, Valverde. You know why I skip past Valverde every time? Because people were asking this in the comment section of the YouTube video one time. The reason why I skip him is because he has power shot. Like when you have power shot, I can go to your card and like, and he doesn't even have intercept and anticipate. But I don't know. For me, it's like it throws me off a little bit. Like, do I still think he could perform well in the game? Yes, but a little bit weird in that sense. That's why I don't really like check him out too much. This Gabby with all the 3 relevant playstyles is really crazy. Like, that's actually a nutty upgrade. Alexia Puteas from the Player of the Month. Imagine if you held on to the Player of the Month up until this point. It'd be kind of crazy if you did that, to be honest. I mean, she looks good. Intercept being added is cool, but I don't know. I don't know if people would really go down that route. Build different for a Kyle Walker playing in the midfield position. We're laughing, but other than the fact that his shooting is horrendous, and you'd probably just give him a shadow or an anchor. 92, 99 with really good defense. 79 for finishing. But really good shot power and stuff. Defensively, it would be the main thing, right? I don't know how he'd perform at right back with 92 acceleration unless you had a quick step plus, which he doesn't even have a regular quick step, so I don't know about the compensation there. What makes Lala so good as a right back is the fact that he has that stuff, right? Andre Santos. Yeah, this is mainly just for an increase in stats, but that wouldn't make too much sense to do that. Yeah, so I think what you should be looking for, Pavlovic always gets like meta ones just because of like the play styles that he has. So what you should be looking for, right, with an evolution like this is players that are well formatted in the playstyle department when it comes to actually having defensive stuff. Because I think like there's some people that I face off against, to be honest, like they'll play a 3 midfield setup, and because the passing on these cards is so good, like they would just use them anyways, right? Which again, completely fine, right? But I think like meta wise, it kind of just makes sense. Like if you have the Gabby card, like honestly, he looks really good as a choice. The one that has anticipate, intercept. If you somehow still have this card, I doubt, I mean, unless people put him into an SBC, right? Because if you waited up until this point, a little bit crazy, but I mean, he looks good, right? He definitely looks like a really solid choice if you still have that. But yeah, Patrick Vieira, this is a very nice improvement. Like the only things is maybe like the dribbling you'd have to work with a little bit more, but it's a solid improvement for his card, anchor or shadow, right? Then De Jong is just going to be that passing guy that still is given an intercept as well. So because he's given an intercept, like you still have defensive capabilities, because there was this card that released and he doesn't have anticipate, but he still from time to time does decent standing tackles, you know? Obviously if he had the playstyle plus, it'd make a bigger difference, which is probably what you would do in like the season pass or something like that. And it would be really significant for him. I think giving him intercept as his base play style, but giving him anticipate plus would definitely be very relevant, especially for a card that doesn't have it, because I think that's what people are going to be looking into, right? But like I said, probably wouldn't do it over the Hullet card. But yeah, it's pretty much it for the evolutions. A lot of really cool choices you can go with for this one. We're just going to go ahead and check out the new evolution. I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.